For the generation of energy, we have photovoltaic solar power to produce electricity for the home. This is combined with a generator. We've got thermal solar energy for hot water and the floor heating. Geothermal energy, the opportunity of having a hole into the ground. We have a simulation of geothermal energy with a tank which maintains constant temperature. What's most interesting for you, for the person setting or person environment interaction, we have touch screens, televisions, switches, cables, wireless, low consumption, mobile, Wiimote. You can talk to the house, you can use your voice, and we have active ones because the user is involved, and then we have passive ones, we have presence sensors, light detectors, and so on. And this is a bit outdated. I mean, everything goes out of date practically week by week. We're constantly updating the interfaces. But for motor skills, people with disabilities in this area, we're looking at ad hoc gestures learnt from the Wii, so that different gestures, different movements can have a function. We also have voice and mobile interfaces for people who are visually impaired, people with hearing impairment. Ian Redis has already done this. They had avatars for sign language with the home functions, and we've developed this using the Metaltic platform. It's almost our own. Well, we adopted it. We've adopted it. And then we have information using color codes. For example, if an alarm goes off, for example, a fire alarm, if the alarm goes off, the home tells you there's a fire, for example. It can send you a message on the mobile phone or the television, or you can have a remote message on your mobile phone, but a deaf person wouldn't have any way of knowing this unless they happen to be sat in front of the screen. So flashing lights, flashing red lights if there's a fire, or if it's another problem, it could be blue flashing lights. So we can do lots of different things with these lights because we can program them. Cognitive disabilities, well, with the language for interface description, we talked about the addition of new icons and graphics. Now we're incorporating icons for each of the functions on the menu so that we can include communication, enhanced communication, and so on. But that's something that's for the future.
This is a photograph of the inauguration. There's quite a few people, quite a lot of people there. I don't know the internet. I don't know how the internet connection is. It's not good apparently because of the video streaming. I'm not sure. Let's just check.
Perdonad un momento, voy a... Aunque no sé cómo va a estar porque... Aparece todo menos lo que tiene que aparecer.
Encontramos. Ha sido afirmado el jefe del Conseil Francisco Camps tras visitar las instalaciones de la Federación de la provincia de
I'm sorry, we do not have a direct feed to the booth and we cannot translate the video. Apologies.
fruto de la colaboración entre las industrias del metal y el Centro Docente Universitario de Alicante.
Bueno, este ya lo conocéis, Paro.
You do know this chap, I think. Okay, that bit is familiar to all. Right. And then I'll just comment some other things. This is what we have now. And other bits of it, we're going from metal take to from a digital home to smart home. You know, a number of things. You can see that on the link. Environment assisted living. We're coming up with a similar lab within the university, in our own university. Vision-based interaction, etc. And what we're doing here is more research and development. We're going to have students to, and also research and development, and for students can actually develop also their doctoral thesis, and they can do work study programs with companies, and it'll be 50 square meters that we're developing. That will be done this year. Long before that, we also aspire to have a virtual lab, identical to the real one you just seen on screen, but in this case, it's done in virtual reality and responds the same services of the virtual home. The real home, virtual, and we can develop the same interfaces for that virtual lab, and very soon we'll have new services, and we can develop the interfaces for that virtual lab. And by switching the IP, the real home to the virtual home, it'll work just fine. It'll be designed, doing faster prototyping of all these interfaces, and our intention is to make it open, to have it open as well. In other words, it's free to just upload it in the web for anyone to use, to have that lab open, and anyone can develop interfaces using naturally the technology and the devices that we have in the real home. And having said that, next thing I'd like to do, if I can, I don't have adequate resolution on screen, so I have to use the other one. Anyway, it's very straightforward. Everything you've seen here is very easy to develop interfaces, as you can see. Within the InReady project we used in a household. And what we're doing is developing, and I don't think it's going to work. We don't have adequate resolution, I'm afraid, on the screen. No, I'm afraid we can't. We can't change. No, we can't change the resolution. I want to show you the remote interface, like the one we have on the screen, like the one on the television screen, like the one we have on the touch screen. It's larger than we have defined in these screens. So I'm afraid I can't show it to you. But if anyone's interested, maybe you can interact remotely with the house. We have interfaces so you can see what's on the touch screen. On the television, we have also interfaces for the presentations. You can see different cameras. with different cameras that we have in the house, and now we have interfaces for iPads, iPhones, Android, Windows. And voice-activated interface, and shortly we'll start working with a BCI. So again, very easy to develop all these interfaces and the services that you offer. Anyways, that's one good reason to get in touch with you, so that you can also give us a link or more information. Okay, well, that was the presentation, and what we wanted to show you there was all the work we've done and how we've put it together into that lab. And you have to get in touch with us or the other federation if you want to use it, to validate, to see, how like if we've done in Reddit's project, the interfaces of the new services for this house. And when we have the lab in the university, you will be able to use that. If you have any questions,